Monetizing that infamous is probably a bad word, but monetizing that link in bio. That is the question that we are going to tackle today on the Technologist Forum. Thank you all for joining us. My co hosts here are the ones that are the real stars of this. I'm just the Wizard of Oz behind the scenes, pushing buttons, pulling levers, and telling old dad jokes. Um, Right. I know my place. How about that? I know my place in this whole ecosystem. Listen, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Folks, as you join in, we appreciate you. Add your questions into the comments, put a Q in, please, so myself, any moderators that are watching can do what we need to do to get them pushed on screen. I see folks starting to join us, so appreciate you for that. Um, let's do this. Your definition of when I say LinkedIn bio, right? I mean, there's one aspect, and there's one aspect from a content creator's perspective. There's another aspect from a freelancer, from a business, from an entrepreneur perspective. Why does it matter? And Matt, let me start with you. The LinkedIn bio. Do you even take advantage of one? You've got a number of websites, number of properties, but do you have a place on any of those social platforms that you say, "Eh, go here"? And do you take advantage of any particular platform to do that?
I use the Instagram link in bio, and I'm doing it a little different. I'm not putting all of my properties under that. I'm putting the playlist to my morning show because that's what I'm
Mm,
putting out there now they say you should put a link directly to the show. I'm
yeah.
shortcutting it and I'm just this is the playlist. The new show should go on top, so fingers crossed, but I'm trying to remove a click in my workflow.
I hear you. That's
Um,
actually very different than anyone else. Because right, most common folks, normal. I don't want to call you non-common. I don't want to call you
Mere
non-normal. But
mortals.
mere mortals would put
Sorry, I
that,
went the other way.
would put that link in the bio of that their full channel. But the fact that again, your most active asset, your most active property, you're putting the link to the playlist on that, so people can go to that as opposed to just awesome fun things, awesome wood things, Wizard of Oz, and all of the. Am I getting all the names right? I'm
Yeah, yep,
coming.
yep, you got 'em. You
Okay, coming right off the dome with that. So, all right. So you're using the built-in
whatever you
function
think the
now.
channel name is, that's probably it, if it
As
has the
long as
word
it's,
"awesome" in
I
it.
was gonna say it's got the word awesome in it, then
And,
it's definitely got to be
for
it.
what it's worth, matthaas.com has, like, a super link tree right there on the homepage, so that's sort of my cheat sheet way of doing it without embracing a full platform that kind of makes it all nice and tidy and animated and clicky.
One day we got to talk about that too, because it looks like matthouse.com is actually built off of Notion.
Correct. Guilty.
Okay. Okay. I see the operational side. I see that back end stuff. I don't want to give out how the sausage is made, but that's an interesting concept as well.
The day
Uh,
they launched that product, I'm like, "I'm in." They're like, "You're gonna have to give us another $100 a month or a year." And I'm like, "I'm already giving you $100 a year for the pro plan. I'm $200 a year all in on Notion."
I love that. I love that. I wish they were public. Are they public? Maybe I want to start investing in them since you're doing all the good.
That's a good question.
Greg, talk to us, man. All right, so Matt's doing his own thing. We're out here trying to do some other things. Part of this initial conversation was on a new platform that you brought to our attention. And but what are you using for your various properties, your various businesses to say go here to find everything that is Greg Russell, or are you just using your primary website of My Tech Jedi?
I am kind of old school and straight up in my direct response marketing training, my Jedi ways, if that's what you want to call it. And I'm of the school that you don't send a link with a whole bunch of stuff for people to choose. You always give them the link to go directly to where their thing, so that you can track it. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't risk them clicking on some other stuff or just being nosy or human and get distracted. Like the distraction and the 3 seconds, man, is all serious. So I usually do not tell them to go somewhere and find stuff. I usually give them the link directly to what I'm doing or want them to go in that particular show, in that particular promotion, in that particular email. Every single time they get the direct link for the most part.
Is that and this is me asking, being nosy, being selfish. Is that more time consuming though? Right? Because if you got to now maintain a whole bunch of custom short URLs as opposed to consolidating everything into a repository, does that put more effort and work on you, or is there value in doing that activity?
I would say both. It just depends on the individual. So for me, I grabbed a domain a long time ago called Greg URL. And if you if you remember the Cosby Show, Bud, Rudy had a friend named Bud, and a long time ago there was a shortener before the popular ones. They had the one that was out was called Bud URL, and it made me think of the Cosby Show and Rudy's friend Bud.
This brother
And
flashing
so
back. Oh my God, the young folks don't know.
yeah,
Man, Billy Thorpe
Bud
don't know about
URL.
that. He too young for that. Billy's he's probably
Talking
doing a
about
Google search right now. So okay,
So yeah, man. So I was inspired by Bud URL, and so I grabbed my domain Greg URL. And
okay,
so for me, when I create something short for that I can remember all the time. And so if I want to send people stuff, it's typically Greg URL / whatever the name of the thing is. And so, for example, my Zoom, if you want to jump on my Zoom, it's gregurl.com / Zoom. If I'm using Google Meet, it's
okay.
gregurl.com / meet, right? And so for my affiliate stuff or things, if it's something I'm going to use on a consistent basis, I create that short URL, and then I don't have to usually think about what that URL is. I just know it's the name at the end of my own URL.
And you use tracking codes to keep and see who's been clicking on it and things like that. Okay, UTM codes and things of that nature. All right, that makes sense. All right, there's some method to the madness. Um, Folks that are chiming in, appreciate you for being here. Ask a question of these experts because we're talking about monetizing that LinkedIn URL or that LinkedIn bio and different use cases and different practices. I am using my own domain as well. So james6.org leads to one of the platforms that we're going to talk about today that consolidates everything that is my social presence, right? So get on my calendar kinds of things, go buy my merch, see what's live right now on the website. And it's from my idea and my perspective, it's that one location to go to find everything about me. So I don't have to remember it because I don't want to say I'm lazy, but I talk a lot about eliminating steps in my own workflow. And if I had to try to remember a whole bunch of things and go out and create a URL every single time, I wouldn't be productive. So that being said, whatever works best for each individual, each entity, I think is the plan to use, right? So the platform that was released or talked about for this conversation called Offer Lab. Greg, let's talk a little bit about that and why between the three of us there was some consternation. That's a big word. There was some conversation in terms of why Offer Lab even exists and what Offer Lab does. Can you give the 35,000 foot level of what this platform is planning to do and what the value that it looks to bring to digital creators?
Yes. So let me take one step back
Okay.
and talk about the creator of Offer Lab, which is Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels, and Go High Level, which is probably the main competitor at the time. Right. So ClickFunnels creates funnels. It's a funnel builder. Go High Level came around several years ago and created a very similar product and added way more features and offered the ability for anyone to basically white label it. And
Mm,
so Russell had built up this huge internet following. He called them funnel hackers, and he had his big event. And what happened over the years is people started leaving ClickFunnels for Go High Level. And in his video series that he put together for this product, on the third video, he got very personal and shared how it hurt him that people would who have won the Two Comma Award would
mm,
be have their own white labeled version of a very similar software that he created and left him. And so he was honest about that because that was like a big thing. ClickFunnels are using this software, using Go High Levels, pretty much competitors. Go High Level brought a lot of market share away from um, Infusionsoft and Entreport and Active Campaign and a lot of other ones over the last few years. But ClickFunnels was the main one. And so it hurt him. And so he started thinking about what he could do, what he wanted to do. And when it came down to the heart of the root of the matter, what he enjoyed about the whole click funnels and funnel hackers was bringing people together to work together, right? So
Mm.
them working to win the awards, he had community, he had a lot of people community. And when people left, that hurt him. So he was thinking, what can I do to bring people together? And so that's the foundation of the drive for what I'm about to share with you, what it is. It was like,
Okay.
how can people work together?
I'll tell you what, before you go further, and I don't want to assume, I know what it means. I know Matt knows what it means as well, but just the 2 comma award. Explain what that is, because you mentioned that, and again, I didn't want that to necessarily go over anyone's head.
So I
I
have
know
a
you
unique,
got the award. I know
I
you
have a
got the
unique,
award.
I have a unique thoughts about it, and I'll share it right quick. So the comma award is an award that entrepreneurs can win when they make $1 million with their business. And if you were using ClickFunnels, you could show that you made $1 million with his software, and so he would give you an award. Now that award would look like a gold record in a frame. And for those of us who have seen coaches and entrepreneurs in the space, it's usually behind them on all the lives that they do. It's interesting how entrepreneurs want to be musicians, and he made his award just like the gold
Yeah.
record. And it's interesting how musicians want to be athletes, and athletes want to be musicians, and how you start to see how some of those things cross in the field. So I thought that was interesting that he, out of all the things he could make his award look like, he made it look like a gold record. Anyway, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. And I
my
wanted to
thought.
go down that path because it's essentially the play bar. I mean, the play button for creators, right? It's
Yep.
essentially that thing that we're some of us are looking to have somewhere in the shot and are striving for, whatever the case may be. So there we go, and that's mainly for direct marketers and things like that. All right, let's get into it now. So talk a little bit about it.
So his thought was, how could he bring people together? And long story short, he realized that what if the platform, meaning it didn't matter if he was using ClickFunnels, Go High Level, or Shopify or anything, what if you could bring people together to be able to collaborate on the offer? So when he calls it the offer lab, when you think about a funnel, we're not talking about when people opt in and they get message and they're learning about the product or service, but when they get to the order page and they're going to order, right? And
Mm,
so traditional direct marketing comes like you place an order for something. They have the upsells and downsells. And the upsell is basically if you go to McDonald's and you say, "Hey, can I have a Big Mac?" And the lady behind the counter or man behind the counter says, "Do you want fries with that?" That's an
mm.
upsell.
Go
What
ahead,
else do you
brother.
want with this order? Okay.
Make it plain for us.
Yeah. What else would you like? Would you
Yeah,
like us to supersize that? That's one of the things back in the day.
don't do
So
it.
they're basically saying, he's saying in this buying process, when they're in the buying process, that's the time where they're most vulnerable to add other stuff, because getting them to that point is one thing. But what if you could have something else offered that's in alignment with what you just offered that
Mm,
makes sense? So let me give you a perfect example. On this show, James, you have your t-shirts and your merch, right? And
yes.
so what if when someone purchased the t-shirt, right? Instead of just getting a thank you page, what if the next thing was you recommending the I got some here. These are not the ones, but you recommending the
Uh oh.
what are these called? What are these called?
Let me go. Let me go get
Engagement
the.
signs.
Yeah, let me go get my Matt Haas signs. There
The
we
My
go.
House. Yeah, yeah, right. So what if you recommended the Mass Haas things, right?
Yeah.
And you had your short video saying, "Hey, thanks for buying the T-shirt. I would love for you to support my man Matt because he helps us with the show." Blah blah blah. Right? And then, yeah, that's dope, right? So now, when they don't have to enter their credit card number again, they could just enter yes. Now, when that happens, Matt Haas gets paid directly. And this is where it's different from the other stuff out there. You got paid directly for your t-shirt. Matt
Mm,
gets paid directly for his cut of the signs, and you get your percentage directly to for your what. So what it does is it allows people to now say, okay, I got this. What's in alignment? How can I work with others to be able to offer more stuff for other people to be able to see my stuff, and for me to be able to offer other people stuff in that buying process that makes sense. And when you can do that, that's what Offer Labs is. It allows you to say, hey, here's my product or service for others to look to see if they want to be in alignment. And it allows you to add other products and services that are in there, and it's not platform specific. It doesn't matter if you're using ClickFunnels or Go
Yeah.
High Level or Shopify or WooCommerce or anything like that. So if you are selling stuff on the internet, you can typically now partner with other people and create a funnel, a sales funnel of products and services for people to upgrade their purchase. So that's
That's
what Offer Labs is.
really interesting. Now, Matt, I want you to come in from right field with, like I said before we went
Okay.
online, the doubting Thomas, because I'm going to hear your perspective on this. But think about it, folks. This is very interesting. Collaborative selling, kind of a streamlined funnel building. It's not using as Greg was saying, the typical click funnels methodology. Automated systems as well. So you buy something from me, boom, I can recommend real quick that you go buy something from Matt Haas or from wherever the case may be, and they don't even have to go to his site, Greg. I mean, that integration is built into OfferLab. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
again taking steps out of the workflow, allowing it to be more of a seamless integration. So you don't have to worry about the technology of making that connection. That's already done behind the scenes. That's a pretty interesting thing. Billy Thorpe, I know you in the building. Talk about this, man, because I know, I mean, because Billy's doing a lot of things too. Billy's, listen, he's gonna be on the Forbes list before the end of 2026. Yeah. So
Billy's
chime in,
building an
sir.
empire.
He
Yeah.
really is, right? He now owns the island that he lives on. So so folks, I would love to hear that perspective, and I just wanted to put some of that clarity out there again. What's it?
All
Collaborative
right.
selling, kind of streamlined funnel building, uh, really no tech hassle, that kind of stuff. Now, Matt, when
Yeah, I got comments.
that's what I want to know, right? When we approached this comment to you, when we approached this
Yep.
subject to you, you were like, show me some of the back end of this, or tell me
Okay.
why this is so
Here's
great.
well, here's I mean, I can come in with my questions. Should I come in with my questions
You
now,
come
or
in,
are we
listen, you
still?
come in wherever you want to. This is
All
an
right, here we
open
go.
dialogue, brother.
So now my question is,
Be ready, Greg, because we're
how
gonna get you.
how how does this service make money? Because if where's the money coming from? What keeps the lights on at Offer Labs? It seems like they're skimming money off the top somehow.
S-
And
like a
if
percentage or something from the sale.
yeah, so I mean, I guess the question is like, there's a popular creator that teaches you how to use technology, and she's making bank on the Ecamm affiliate program. She's one of the top affiliate earners by recommending people to go to Ecamm and
Mm.
download the Ecamm software, and she gets affiliate revenue for
Right.
that. And it's a substantial. I mean, she's one of the top affiliates out there.
Hmm.
Um, why would a person like that put Ecamm inside of Offer Labs? Because if she's making X dollars pointing people directly to Ecamm, and she's getting her affiliate revenue directly from Ecamm, and it's working very well for her, and she's one of the top people doing it. If she puts that, what would be the benefit of her putting that inside of Offer Labs? And will she earn the same revenue as if just going direct?
So first of all, you have to put your product inside of OfferLab. So if Ecamm decides to put their product inside of OfferLab, then
Oh, it's a
she
marketplace.
could offer. Yes, it's a
Okay.
marketplace.
Okay. Now
So
we
the
peeling
people
the
have to
onion
put
back.
their products in there.
Well, then,
Does that make
will
sense?
if they did that, would she earn the same commission when people
So the
earn when people buy Ecamm, or will it be less?
the
Presuming
commissions,
Ecamm would put their stuff in there.
yeah, the commission when you put your product in there, that's when you decide what the commissions are. Okay. Now this is when you own the product. So if I own my product and I
Yeah.
put it in there and I'm going to say it's 20% commissions, then it's 20% commissions. So if I put my product in there and you refer my product, right? Let's
Okay.
just say it's $100. When someone purchases it off of the thing, you get $20. I get $80. Okay.
Okay. And if
Now
you had an
that's
affiliate program, if you had affiliate program directly with the public, would you put the exact same amount for that? Like, would it be 1 to 1? What what would incentivize you to keep your Offer Labs item identical to what you're doing direct to the public as an owner of that product?
so the incentive is people have to contact you to say, "Hey, I want to collaborate," right? And so now you're getting exposure to other audiences without having to do anything other than put your product in the marketplace.
Those kind of an efficiencies of
What about
scale kind of thing. You go into the
the
marketplace,
Yes,
money?
boom. If you're
yes.
The money.
there,
Is the money the
there,
same?
there it
Like,
is right there. Yeah. Okay.
So the the money is when you're the creator of the product, you put whatever the commission is. Also, when you refer people to Offer Labs, right? Anytime you refer them to create their own place to put it in the marketplace, and I'll talk about this in just a second, you get 2% of any of the processing that's done. Okay. Um, so you get a percentage of the processing. Okay. So
I don't know
how
what that
Russell was
means.
able to do this, anytime you're charging credit cards online, there's fees that go to who's ever processing. Okay. So if it's authorized.net has processing fees. If it's Stripe has processing fees. So how this works is Russell was able to go to Stripe and say, hey, I've generated all this revenue over the last number of years. Is there a way we can do this? He's the only one at this particular time that can do what he's doing because of the relationship with Stripe. So here's the key factor that combines all of this together. For those of us who have Stripe, or for those of us who have Stripe, that's the reason why they're able to pay people directly, is because the common denominator from the products is Stripe. So if you don't have Stripe, you need to create a Stripe account and put your products inside of there so that this can happen. This breaks if
Okay.
this can't work if you don't have a Stripe account. So the common
Here's
denominator for the services like ClickFunnels, Go High Level, Shopify, WooCommerce. The payment processor is the thing that ties it all together. And the biggest, most popular payment processor for online transactions is Stripe. So that's why he can say, hey, we can collaborate, because he is created a relationship with Stripe that allows us to work together. And because of he's done so much processing, when you said, where's the money? Where does Offer Labs make their money? Russell was smart. He looked at how Go High Level really makes their money. Go High Level offers people the ability to white label it because they make money on the micro transactions, which nobody thinks about. It's like,
Mm,
instead of charging you this much for account, they're like, hey, you can have unlimited users and do whatever you want. We just charge you a micro transaction on any email, any text message, any phone call that goes through our system. So if you want to have a large database and text everybody or email everybody, we don't care. We make a fraction, and we even give you the ability to upcharge on it. So
so
Russell looked
here's
at, in my opinion, this is not, this is what I think. I think he looked
yeah.
at that model and said, well, how can I do something similar? And he
mm.
said, where are the fees that most people won't notice? It's on the processing. So because he has this relationship with Stripe, he will make money off of every transaction that ever goes through Offer Labs for every person that does
Okay.
it. Every time someone is purchased, he
Okay.
gets a tiny piece of it, and it will add up to be insane. And
So
not only that,
here's
he
my
gives us
concern.
the ability to do so as well. So the Offer Labs, not only do you sell your products, you're getting more exposure, but you're also getting a percentage of anybody's processing that you actually bring into the Offer Lab.
I think I know
As
where you're going,
a
Matt. Go ahead.
seller as a seller of an affiliate program, or as a consumer, that's someone that buys something, or both? What do you call those 2
As
constituents? There's 2 types of people. There's people that put off that put deals into the system, and then there's people that buy the deal. What are those 2 worlds
Well, it looks like
called?
here it is right here on their screen. They're called affiliate promoters, a funnel builder, or an offer creator. It seems like that's the terminology that the platform is using. So the person that you were
That's
mentioning
3.
about the Ecamm, I think that person is a affiliate promoter. I would
Yep.
think.
I mean,
It
the way I look at it is there's people like Ecamm
yeah.
who put their stuff in there to be purchased, and there's people who purchase them. And then there's this third analogous thing that I don't understand.
Who is this for?
So
Who is it? So, Greg, who is this for? And it sounds like you're invested with the experience and the knowledge. You're dropping the guy's name off like first name basis. Listen, so are you already, in all transparency, are you already utilizing OfferLab for some of your stuff?
I have signed up.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still testing the waters. At the end of the day, it's still Russell Brunson's company, ClickFunnels,
Hmm.
right? And ClickFunnels, if you have experience with it, they typically have had some challenges with support over the years, and that still may be the case. So I'm still testing it out just to see. However, I think that right now there's no competition for this type of model because no one else is going to be able to go to Stripe or any other payment processor and be like, "Hey, we want to do this," right? And they look at me like, "Nah, you can't.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? We don't.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that." So the question,
my
the
position. Okay, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. I mean, my position is, unless I hear otherwise, I can earn more money by pointing people directly to a company when I'm part of their affiliate program than using this service. If that's not the case, I need to hear that, and I haven't heard that yet.
Mm. Mm.
This company's making money somehow. My position is I will earn less if I use Offer Labs rather than going direct. And I get there might be upsells and there might be like purchases that happen because of the platform. The platform makes it attractive for people to make more purchases, and I could squeak out some cash that I didn't know that I would ever get. But that's where, and the answer might be you'll make identical. That's great. Nothing I've read and nothing I've heard today makes it seem like it's same.
You do not have to separate it and do either or. You can do both. So let me explain. If we were on here the other week talking about Stephanie Liu's program, the one that helped us with coming up with the run of show, right? And so she has a product, right? And so again, this is about collaboration, right? This is about working with others who will share your stuff for their audience because it makes sense, right? It's all about, it's not about just promoting just to be promoting. It's about putting it in alignment, right? So if I had a product that I was talking about how to do a show and I was teaching people how to do my show, and I'm selling that product, right? I'm selling that training. People purchase the Greg Russell how to do a show like his Technology Tuesday show, and they purchase that. And then when instead of going to just say thank you page, they come up to a next button that says, "Hey, one of the things that I use and I really think could help you would be Stephanie Liu's program that showed you how to run a show." Right.
Yeah.
And if you'd like that upsell, just click here. And now it adds that program that she would have never gotten if we weren't working together like that. So it's a way to
And if
it's a way to collaborate. And
yeah,
so we're not saying don't you go sell your thing directly yourself. Now these people aren't people you would typically have eyes in front of your product anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're selling your product yourself, that's fine. If you're collaborating with
Oh,
others who can recommend your product to their audience because they just bought something that's in alignment, now you have more income coming in from the things you've already created.
well, what if I don't have a product? What if I have affiliate accounts with a bunch of different companies
yeah.
and I'm pushing my stuff to, company A and getting affiliate revenue. I'm pushing my fans to company B and getting revenue, and I'm pushing my fans to company C and
Right.
getting
Because
revenue.
that's the
Now,
genius link
now I
methodology.
put all three into Offer Labs, and they're buying all three. Am I earning the same amount of money if I just push them individually to all three?
That I don't know. I
That's
do know
that's what no one's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
because
And,
you're looking. See,
half of their pros and cons, they have, like, reasons to use us. Half of the reasons on their website are just positives of being an affiliate. Like, they'll have, "You don't have to fulfill it yourself." I'm like, "Well, that's not unique to Offer Labs. That's just unique to being part of an affiliate program. So it's like, just strip away everything that's positive about being in an affiliate program and just tell me why Offer Labs is the bomb. And money, am I going to earn the same as someone who doesn't have a product? I don't have a product that I'm selling, but I push people to affiliate program. Like, that's what I want to know.
That is the
So check
question.
this
And
out.
before we go on, I just want to say one thing. It's Stephanie Garcia. Okay, because she's
Uh,
probably
I'm
watching,
so
and she
sorry.
no
I'm
no
so
worries.
sorry.
I'm trying to see if she texted me just in case she's watching. So we'll make sure we
I'm
got.
so sorry.
It's
My bad.
all good.
All right, what
What
was the
were we going to
question?
say before I interrupted you? Because John was saying Matt
Also,
will earn money every time someone buys his wood thumb sign, and anytime someone buys from the collab on James's shirt. I love it. Appreciate you, brother.
all right, so let's do the affiliate model. Now, I don't know exactly how the affiliate part works is with the income, but I can tell you the strategy behind it. So let's say you are referring Ecamm software, okay?
Hmm.
So when you send them, and it'll create the landing page for you for Ecamm software, and people can go purchase it. And then instead of it just going to the thank you page, it will say you can create another thing for to offer, right? So say, hey, I understand you just got Ecamm. You may, here's what I recommend you may also need. Here's the Elgato webcam that you could get, and then you could also offer the Elgato Stream Deck, right? So like you can stack the offers that are related that people would end up buying anyway. So when it comes to your affiliate program, you have to stack them in things that people would need anyway. And so now instead of you just promoting your one affiliate program, you're promoting multiple at the time that people are most easiest to be sold because they already entered their credit card information. So there's always
That
going to
is
be
a
a
positive.
percentage that says yes.
I get it. That's a positive. That's the catching more sales in it. It's it's a product that can likely make you catch more sales, and that's valuable. Get it? I get that part. I get that part.
Florence is saying she sees the mind working. So but this is a conversation
I
I don't think
follow the
anyone,
money.
right? And it makes sense, right? But again, this is a conversation I don't think anyone else is having to really break down the differentiation and who some of these platforms are for. So it sounds like Offer Lab may not be necessarily for everyone, but folks who are in specific situations who have kind of that funnel mentality that they want to continue to build, some of those relationships that they want to build. It may make sense for if you were a genius link type of a person, multiple affiliate relationships with Shure and Elgato and Ecamm or whomever the case may be, to maybe look someplace else until
What
some
if
of
I,
this
I
not
stuff gets
though?
flushed out.
Like, what if I don't have an affiliate with Elgato, but I have an affiliate with Ecamm? I would need to first, this is a question, would I need to first go to Elgato, get that all signed up, me as an affiliate, and then go to Offer Labs
Mm.
and then stitch that together? Or is me being part of Offer Labs mean I'm greenlit to have those types of sales? That's the question. I don't know. I could look that up, but
Do a little homework
Yeah,
there.
I'm not 100% sure. I do know they do work with affiliate programs and you can stack them. I'm just not sure how it works, but it's part of it. I know it's part of it.
That's all good.
the The other thing, as far as and because you said who's this for, I'll
Yeah.
give you a use case for someone who may have been thinking about having an affiliate program of their own. And I'll tell you, like having an affiliate program, at first it sounds like good. I'm gonna go get all these people to help me promote, but the reality of it is with the tracking and paying out, and then if you using something like First Promoter, which is an affiliate program, or some of the others, the fees can stack up once you get big as you grow. And so what may seem to be like really good thing in the very beginning may not necessarily be a good thing if you really grow it really big. And the reason why we do these things anyway is to grow and to get big. But if you're not familiar with what those costs will be once you start to grow, it can be more of a challenge than anything. The other thing versus an affiliate program where you have to, typically you pay out 30 days later, and the reason why you usually wait 30 days is if there's any refunds or things like that.
Hmm.
It's not like the money has went to an affiliate. So when it comes to someone who's considering having their own affiliate versus, well, let me just put my product in Offer Labs because those people get paid directly. Now you don't have to manage, track, or pay out 30 days later. All that's handled by Offer Labs, and the person gets paid directly. So it's more attractive for people to want to work with you because they know that they'll get paid for their
Mm.
stuff directly instead
If you
of
have a
the
product to
traditional
sell.
affiliate. Yep, if
Yeah,
you have a product to
that's
sell.
yeah.
I think that's the differentiator right there because I mean, I'm just going to be transparent. A lot of us are probably still leveraging something like this, like Genius Link, right? And we've got relationships with the Best Buys, we got Amazon, and we're looking to kind of aggregate all of these relationships into one location for folks to go just click and buy, and then we get the commission. Um, yeah, I'm just really trying
It's
to.
an interesting product. I mean, once you start getting into, oh, I'm gonna make money on my downline, like that sounds very
Mm,
MLM. Like that sounds very, Amway type
yeah.
of and that
I'm
scares a
glad you
lot of
said
people.
that because that's again when I said this, I'm thinking of a particular way, and I was wondering if you were thinking that it sounded kind of pyramidish. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad we at least talked it out and had the conversation, so no one again walked away and said they talking about
I
selling
presume there's no
perfume and
monthly fee. Like for me, it's just as someone recommending links. Would there be a monthly fee for me? I would hope not.
There is, like most things, there is the free option, and then they have some paid upgrades if you
okay.
want some of the paid upgrades.
Oh,
But
see, I don't know, man. This thing's
We're gonna live
starting.
vicariously through you, Greg, and you tell us how it works. Not throwing shade at it because if Mr. ClickFunnels himself wants to come on the technologist forum and we can have the conversation, we'll do that. But we gonna watch you
listen,
do your
man,
thing.
I am. Listen, I think it's a great opportunity, but at the same time, I think everybody should be aware of the things that are actually there, right? So let me give you some tech Jedi on this.
Come on.
For you to do this, you have to have a what they call a Connect Stripe account. And if you went to Stripe and just started your Stripe account, then you can connect it to your existing Stripe account.
Are you
If you
talking?
use
Hold on. You said if you want to do this, are you talking if you wanted to build the service yourself, or if you wanted to play in Offer Labs?
if you want to participate in Offer Labs, I'm just
Oh,
giving you some real stuff, right? So if
okay,
you went to click, I'm sorry, if you went to Stripe and you created your account and you signed up for Offer Labs and you went to connect your Stripe account, it would connect to your existing account.
okay.
If
Which I
you
have. I have a Stripe
use,
account. Cool.
yeah, how did you start it?
I went to
Most
Stripe,
people don't.
I went to Stripe and put my information in, and they gave me an account.
Okay, some people went through something else, like they went through Sam Cart, which is a shopping cart, or something else that said,
Yeah.
"Oh, you need a Stripe account. Click here to start it," and then that helped them create the account. Those are not Connect accounts, and so what happens is when you go to connect your Stripe account to Offer Labs, it takes you through the process of creating another account, which is within your account, but it's separate from the account you already have. Now, for those of us who are using Go High Level, this is really important. Go High Level will only allow you to connect to one Stripe account. And so the Stripe account that you have connected to may not be the new one that Offer Labs just created. And so you may have a disconnect there. And we are waiting to hear for those of us who are in that situation. Can it work? Will it work? And so
Mm,
that's just, again, some of the technology things that is like knowing how ClickFunnels ran in the past. There were certain things that just didn't work, and so this is one of those things that me being the tech jet, I was like, hey, if that's the situation, does it work? And at the moment, we don't know until they say so. But at the moment, I don't even know. But I'm waiting to find out. And it's those little things that the average user may not have any idea of
Hmm.
why it don't work. And I see those questions popping up in support,
Interesting.
not support, but the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Well, this seems like a typical, startup type of thing that they need to figure out. So that's all sounds, you know, no
Yes.
red
Look.
flags there.
No red. Oh, no red flags. Okay. I'm just wondering.
Well, I mean, it's a new
Very searching.
company. They're going to have these little things. They're going to figure some things out
Yeah.
early on. I can't fault them for that. I'm not
Yeah.
that
It's fair.
harsh. Jeez.
I'm not
I'm
saying
tough,
fault
but
them. I'm just saying, hey,
Dave says Matt's all over this. Yeah, you throw the credit card down real quick. But in positivity and in honesty, it's good that someone out here is looking at this from a different angle, right? And looking at least providing a solution for maybe a smaller subset of entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, creators, marketers, but coming from that click funnels world, coming from that again that two comma world, that's just a different type of a conversation than I think the majority of folks that are creators who again Amazon affiliates, Genius Link, Linktree, or something like Beacons, like the platform in all transparency that I leverage, right? That aggregates all of that. James6.org is built off beacons.ai that aggregates all that and kind of pulls things together, and they take a commission off of sales. They do, depending on what level that you on. Yeah. So if you just have the creator, you have the store, if you have the pro, whatever level tier of the platform, then they do take a commission, a piece of that revenue. But um, it all depends on who and what you're willing to sacrifice and pay for it. It's just like Substack. Substack is so good and so easy to use. However, when you have paid memberships, they take a percentage off of that. Something like ghost.org is a open source platform that doesn't take a percentage off, but you have to be more technically astute to actually set that up. So again, to each their own. Whoever is willing to roll up their sleeves and get in the weeds with some of these platforms, it just makes sense. Uh, from the audience, from the people that are watching right now, curious what your thoughts are on this platform. What do you use to monetize your link in bio? Some of the platforms and the affiliate relationships that we talked about now, Beacons, the link trees, Genius Links, Insight. I've used them before as well. Are you guys using any of those? I'm real curious to hear
I
what Florence
I
or
heard of a
even
use
Billy are using.
case. I've heard of a use case. I'm not using it, but I've heard of one that we haven't talked about yet
What's
with
that?
this link in bio stuff. Go to AI and say, spit me out an HTML page that looks like a link tree or whatever, and then it'll just give you the HTML. You can fire up a subdomain like, links.matthaas.com,
Oh
put it
my.
on there, and then have that be it.
Say it again now, a little slow for the people that maybe typed it in. I know it, but I just say it again. Links dot
Yeah.
what?
I don't have this as a live URL, but you
Oh
could
my
make a
gosh.
subdomain.
I was
You
gonna
could make a
throw
subdomain,
dude, I'm
links.
softball. I'm throwing them out at you.
All right. But before this show ends, I will have links.matthaas.com up and running, and it'll be a link
Well,
tree
no,
type.
you gotta pay attention while you're on the hot seat, dude. But yeah,
I
at
know.
the end of the day, what you're talking about, I think you're leveraging a tool that a lot of us have access to, have seen, heard, or used before, part of the Adobe
Oh yeah.
platform, of the Adobe suite. So you're an Express user, and you
I love
go in.
Adobe Express. Yeah.
Come on now, come in and ODSS, and you was that right there, link in bio. Boom, click on that and tell it to create utilize some templates
That's one
and
way you
build that
could do
link
it.
in bio.
Yeah. Yep.
Right,
That's
buy
one
a
way you could do
domain,
it.
create a subdomain, and
Cre-
then there it is.
And
Where
just,
again, you
yeah,
own it.
HTML, fire up BB edit, paste in the HTML from the AI, publish, use your FTP program to push that .php page live on the web server, and then bada boom, bada bing,
This guy's
Bob's your uncle.
my goodness. You are definitely you old school with some of this right here. Okay, but
Yeah, boy.
perfect timing right there. Perfect timing right there. But again, so it's not difficult to do. It's kind of what you're saying. I don't want to read into it, but use something like Adobe Express. Use something like a lot of people probably are Canva users as well, right? Just
Canva, no hate
you.
on Canva.
I was
Canva's
hating
good.
on them for a long time, but I'm trying to.
Well, their stock photography library isn't as good on Canva. Adobe is inarguably the
Adobe is
best
Adobe.
stock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't argue that. You can't
Yeah.
argue that unless you want to be wrong.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Because every time I talk
uh,
to them, they're like, "Why are you using Adobe?" I said, "Listen, Adobe is Adobe. That's
oh,
why.
see,
And you don't even have
I
to explain
started in the
anything else."
'90s, baby. Desktop publishing on a Mac was the only way to do it. You couldn't do it
The
on what,
only way.
Windows
Yeah.
Only way.
311. You're not firing up Photoshop on that son of a gun. Yeah, no, I've been in it since the beginning. Beige Macintoshes half my life.
I love it. You've already got pre-orders, I'm sure, for the new products that are being uh, pre-launched, pre-released here
You
in
ever
a
see that
couple of
meme?
hours.
Buy all the things. That's me.
That's Matt. That's Matt.
Add to
There.
cart. Add to cart. Ooh, orange. Add to cart.
Got the orange
I'm sorry.
iPhone 14. Was it
Cosmic orange.
the 17 Pro Max in orange? You've already got that on pre-order, don't you? Okay.
Yeah, I
We
should.
we we you should, if
Look,
not.
I I even got the Aura green OBSBot Meet 2 camera in the green. Like, who buys a green electronics? I do. Who buys orange iPhones? I do.
A lot of people
When the world
probably.
when the world zigs, I zag. That's just my
It's all
jam.
good, brother. Right, go at your own pace. Go at your own pace.
I let my freak flag fly.
That's going to be cut up in about 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Right, that statement right there. That's going to get me over the hump to another milestone on the channel for sure. Just Matt's statement right there.
It would matter if I cared what people think. So I do what I want. That's all I know.
There you go. Where
I
else
do
can we
care.
go in this conversation? Because again, I want to make sure that we're bringing value just for creators and entrepreneurs, folks that are looking to leverage something to that link in bio again, that location that a lot of folks go to, regardless of the social platform. Right, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok or wherever, and you want to draw folks to your wares, your offerings, what it is, your products, your services, all that stuff. Any other thoughts just on that topic that we could dissect and share with folks?
I just got the resources for the tools that people use when they can either use the link in bio
Yeah.
or comment this keyword to get stuff sent to them. So I'm ready to share those tools whenever you are, bro. Just let me know.
Oh man, listen, see there you go right there again with some automation. Got automations built in. See, someone like Florence would love that. So yeah, share that with us if you have that ready. If you're gonna put it on the screen, or you just want to give me a URL and we can share that.
Yeah. So the first one, if you can use that first link, the first one I sent you in the chat.
Okay.
It is repliant.ai. And this, at the moment, at time of this broadcast, it is on AppSumo, and you can get it at
AppSumo.
at a one-time
That's
price of
dangerous.
$6, $60. Yeah.
Dangerous.
And basically, this allows it to automatically reply. So you can have your link ready to go. You could say reply with this keyword, and it'll automatically reply. This is a pretty new company, so AppSumo, you got a 60-40% of the chance making it right after, like, just be honest, we all know. But if you want something that's a one-time payment, not monthly fees, and that should work for a while, this would be a good bet. It's a AppSumo deal that's available right now. And I've been pretty successful over the years with the AppSumo purchases I make. So if you are promoting something and you want to build in some automation to have it automatically reply, and that's not part of your other systems, then you
Mm.
should take a look at this.
Reply. Greg, can you explain? So, like, how would this service fire? So, what action r- creates a reply from repliant.ai? Can you
So
paint
it's
the
comment.
picture?
So it's comment replies, right? And so this works
Comment.
on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Okay.
um, and
No
LinkedIn
YouTube
is
though.
coming. So it doesn't work on LinkedIn just yet.
Okay. So
So comments
it's
So
on
if
posts.
yes, is it a
yes,
social inbox kind of thing where the comments come into replying and that's where you respond to them?
yeah. So you make a post,
Yeah.
and let's just say you say comment with the the keyword James, right?
Yeah.
And so if they comment with James, it'll go
Gotcha.
in and
Gotcha.
feed them a reply that you've set up
Okay. Gotcha.
automatically.
I see. Yes, that's sort of like Streamlabs when I'm live. People put in
Yeah.
exclamation mark Apple, and then I have that as a key. It watches that, and if it sees that, it feeds them a comment
Yeah.
back on the
Something
stream,
pops on the
calls them
screen.
out by name. Yeah, and does a canned response. But
Yeah, and
this is for other program. Cool. Thanks for showing us that. That's pretty cool. I might check that out.
Right, because what you're
yeah, man.
doing, Matt, is more from a gamification perspective. For like your daily show, you want to keep people
Yeah.
engaged during the entire time, and that brings up those actions. But again, automating
Yeah.
steps and workflow for digital marketers, Repliant could probably, well, it seems to be that's the purpose, right? So allowing you to leave a comment on those, it would be great if YouTube was. YouTube's got
Yep.
to get there, man. For someone like me to take a look at it, YouTube's got to be there. The other ones, I'm not a Facebook guy anymore, but I think we're live on Facebook right now too.
Oh, you could do it.
Yes, we
You
are.
could do it
Yes,
with
we
Dang,
are.
I'm about
Stream
to be
Elements.
quiet.
Stream Elements is free, and it's the best. That's the weird thing.
We can argue about that.
Yeah, you got to determine what the best for who.
Yeah, I was using Streamlabs for a while. All right, here's a squirrel moment. I'm back to Streamlabs. Stream
Oh,
Elements,
Streamlabs OBS? Oh.
not
Oh,
OBS, but
no, just
Streamlabs has
Streamlabs.
and the reason being I can name my bot. So my bot when it pops
Yeah,
up is called H.
that's the one sucky thing you can't do
So
with
right,
Stream
so there's
Elements.
that one thing right there, and the fact that when
Yeah.
you launch Stream Elements into your environment, you set it as a moderator. The first comment that comes in is, "Hey, this is Streamlabs. I'm connected to this account, and I'm sending out a message." It's something like that. I'm not sure. I see Tallboy in the comments right there, and I saw it on his stream yesterday for the first time. When you launch Stream Elements into the stream, the first comment that it sends is, "Hi, look at me. I'm Stream Elements, and I'm sending out comments for this channel." That part, those were the two things that caused me to say, "I'm gonna
Well,
go ahead and pay for
yes,
Streamlabs."
Streamlabs has a storied history of being a not so good company, I'll say that. So,
Oh,
they have yeah, they've done some vile, unethical things in the past, so I've, that always kinda rubbed me wrong, did me dirty. But yeah, you're totally right. Stream Elements, you cannot rename that darn bot. I think you can if you're on Windows. You can
oh my,
install a widget. Like there's an application you can run on Windows that will change that bot name, but you cannot change it on Mac. It's
can't do it
locked
on
in.
Mac. I mean, even Nightbot. I remember someone in our community pointed me to Nightbot, and I thought again that was just being able to automate responses and send up
Uh-huh.
comments, things like you can't rename that either. Like,
Yeah.
all right,
But
squirrel moment.
I can't fault the company if they got good features. They got good features. They got good
They do
features. I just
fantastic features. Do that one thing
Yeah.
for me, and I'll come back.
yeah.
James,
All
Sony
right,
I
even
read
rubbed me
one
the
day.
wrong way
yeah.
one time.
I read on Repliant's page that they do have YouTube, so you may want to check it out.
All
The
right.
third paragraph under the image.
Oh, Christmas came early, $6.
Oh, I
Let's
tell you
go.
what. I tell you what. I got a couple of extra dollars in the.
Sorry.
Bring it, brother.
Yeah,
Hey,
boy.
bring it, brother. That's what.
Oh, I got a whole soundboard here.
I bet. Uh,
Yeah.
just don't play it longer than 6 seconds, so we don't get a strike here. Just or what I think
Oh.
it's 3 seconds and 6 seconds. Don't play it any longer than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that third paragraph, it says all the channels it works on, and YouTube is there. So
All right. Yeah, we see that. Okay. Good stuff. I'll take it
yep.
out. That's pretty. And yeah, it's here in their video as well. So that's we got Twitter there too. I'll always call it Twitter. I never call it X. But that's interesting because I know a lot of organizations are now charging for API access into to Twitter. So okay, I'll check it out. What else you got?
Yep.
We took you on the sidebar. Sorry about that.
The other one I got is one that is it's not a lifetime deal. It's been around for a minute, but it's pretty good. It's Stampede.social.
Yeah.
Stampede.social.
I like the name.
Uh,
I don't know
yeah.
what it is, but I like it.
This is also one that folks in our community being the eCam community, have talked about quite a bit, just in terms of leveraging it for um, doing some of those automation pieces and things like that. So go ahead, Greg, while I scroll down.
No, you're right on point. This is just one that I found, and it allows you to again. I believe this one is specifically on Instagram. I believe. Um, but this one allows you to, instead of saying, link in bio, it's allow you to, say comment this word so that you can give them the direct link and it'll automatically do it. And their pricing is based on, how many replies you kind of will do in a month. So you can start it, at $10 and it'll do up to 1,000 automated DMs a month, right? And
Yeah,
then it goes up from there up to $100 a month. So you have a couple different pricing, so you can get started if you're small, and it can grow with you. And as long as you're out there creating that content and telling people to comment the specific keyword, it'll automatically send them that DM. So it's a
That's
really good
kind
one.
of brilliant because it also gets more engagement on the post. Rather than someone just
yeah.
clicking the pinned comment, they're actually putting a comment, which means the platform will think that's more engaging and push it out to more eyeballs. So yeah, I
This
think
could
this
be
has
the
more
answer
benefits.
to not necessarily having to have a verified Meta account as well, right? Because if you got a verified Meta account, their Instagram is pushing your content out more and widening your distribution reach. I get that email all the time, or I get that notification. You've put out decent content lately. We're going to broaden your distribution. Why not just have it broadened by the jump? And
Yeah.
instead of, every week I get this message saying you're going to broaden my distribution, but if I have
That's
something
because
like a,
Zuck likes money.
me and see, I told you, me and Meta, and the only reason we're live on Facebook right now is because if my mom's watching. Other than that, I would never be on.
I get $2 a month from Meta for my,
From your
monetization over there.
from your reels and your
It's
stories, yeah. Don't
oh
spend it all in one
man.
place.
I'm like, "Oh." I mean, I'm not mad that I get $2, but I'm just like, "Okay." It cost me more than $2 to put an entry in my accounting software. Entering it into the ledger costs more than $2.
So I have mine go directly to SoFi. It's a direct deposit to my SoFi account. That's a bad listen.
There we go.
I love it.
There we
I
Again,
go.
love it.
classic Matt. And so here is an example of Streamlabs, right? H&M
Uh,
Live, instead of ever being called Streamlabs. Boom. That's
Look
what
at
it's called.
that. All you needed to do was sell your soul, and you got a personalized
I
chatbot name.
God, like we're having an intervention from me here, man. Goodness gracious. This show is turned on its
Oh.
head. All right. So Stampede Social, again, I've heard nothing but good things about it. Pricing is actually relatively uh, doable, even on the monthly basis, right? Annual Creator Pro 249, Creator Pro Plus $1,000 a year. That
The
may
other
be
one's one shot $6 though, so come on.
there you go.
There's gotta be
Yeah,
more
there
to
you
it.
go.
Roll
Got
the dice with another AppSumo deal. We'll see how that works. Give us one more.
Mm.
We like to work in threes
All
around
right.
here. Give us one more, Greg.
I got the bomb
Come
diggity
on,
for you.
come with it now. Come with it.
All
Oh,
right, man. This one is switchy.io. It's that second link in our chat, man. Hit
Yeah.
that one up. And Switchy is what I use for my Greg URL. It allows me to create unlimited forwards, and it also will create that link tree page for you as well. It also creates QR codes. Listen, if there's one thing in AppSumo that's been a staple for years, they've always been there, is switchy.io. I highly recommend it. It's what I use, and it will, allow you to basically control all your links. If you're going to play in these internet streets, if there's
Come
one
on.
thing you have got to get right, is links. Listen, I'm a direct response marketing student, and one of the things that annoys me, and I'm going to call them out, the people who write these books, right? And they put these links in these books, and several years later the link breaks. Like, even if you're not offering the same thing, man, make that link go to somewhere on one of your platforms that you know can offer something, even if it's like, hey, we no longer offering this, but we'd like to, get you on our mailing list. Put something there. So if you're going to play in these streets, links is how people get around. Links is how people get from wherever they are to your stuff. You have to control your links. And so for a one-time payment of $39, you can get Switchy, you can grab a domain, and then now you can control all your links, and use all their other tools with Switchy. So I highly recommend, if it's not Switchy, something. But in this particular case, it gives us everything we need: the redirect links, the to be able to create that page that has the different things in it, the QR codes, the tracking. It even has expired links. It's the bomb. Highly recommend it. If you don't have that tool, it's one of the ones you got to get in your toolbox. Switchy.io, and it's on AppSumo. You can get it as a lifetime deal.
That right there, my God, that's gonna be a commercial right there. I was completely quiet, and y'all who know me know that was hard. But I completely agree and concur. I use Switchy.io as well, and it's been more effective for me than something like a Rebrandly or Bitly. Why? Yeah, because I paid once and I got it for a lifetime, and I have had no issues at all with it. It's still I'm surprised that it's still out there because I've had it for a few years, and just the
Yes.
fact that, again, for $39 you can get 30,000 clicks per month. You can get 8 custom domains as you get all of the functionality. So please do that, folks. Please custom brand your URLs. Buy a domain. Go to Namecheap. Go to who's another hoster? Google. Go to wherever. Get your domain.
DreamHost. That's what I
DreamHost.
use.
DreamHost. Okay. Bluehost
DreamHost.
is another one. Okay.
Yeah, I like DreamHost.
Every now and then they've got the domains on sale too. Go get your domain. Your
So is this
madhouse.com, links.madhouse.com.
I got a question. So is this like you have a link and it's going to a destination and you want to change the destination? You can on the back end do that? Like,
Yes,
is that
it's
what
you
this
can
is
also
doing?
do a 301 redirect. So jameshicks.org, before I was with Beacons, in all transparency, I was with Linktree, and I
Mhm.
didn't want the Linktree / James Hicks. So I used switchy.io to redirect to jameshicks.org. H&M is really hicksnewmedia.com because they both point to the same thing, and I've got it all running through switchy.io. H&M
Okay.
Clips. So hmclips.com is shortpage.org, the one that Daniel Patel is doing with all of your YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
And that is controlled through switchy.io as well for me.
So this has like registrar functionality in it. So
Integrates
if
with your
you owned
registrar.
so if I owned like matthaas.link or something like that,
Yeah.
and I wanted to point that to matthaas.com, I
Mm-hmm.
can set that up in my registrar, my domain
Mm-hmm.
service, or I can come to this
Well, you
service.
would do it
Is that
both
what you're
places because you'd have to set up that A record. So if you were using the top level, I
saying?
know we're getting technical for folks, but
Yeah.
as if you got any questions, let us know. For the top level, matthouse.com, you'd have to set up the A record in your at your hoster, at your provider. If you wanted to just use matthouse.com/links or links.matthouse.com, then you would set up the
Okay.
CNAME. So it's just
Yeah.
different changes within your DNS configuration. But yes, switchy.io for me runs all of that. It sounds like it runs that for you too, Greg.
Cool.
Yep. Yep.
I've been doing it the old school way. I go to my registrar and launch
Well, and
subdomains.
not everybody has those
Yeah, it's the
skills.
curse of being a web developer. Damn it.
Not everybody used to code in Dreamweaver and those types of old school tools. I'm just dated myself again with some of these
Dreamweaver.
platforms. Us
Man,
old folks, us with the
It's
salt in
cool.
the beard. Remember those types of things. You you
Believe
Dreamweaver.
me, if
you
I
Man,
had
brought
I
a
a
remember.
beard,
BB edit. You brought a BB
you'd
edit. So
yeah, what's wrong with BB Edit? Don't hate on BB Edit. That's my
God,
jam.
oh my God, Cowboys
Do
asking
you
for a bonus.
do you remember Adobe PageMill?
Is it Page Mill or Page
Page
Maker?
Maker.
Page Maker.
No, PageMill.
I
The
don't remember
first
Page.
one of the first HTML editors was Adobe PageMill. You can Google it,
Oh,
and that's what I started with, and that was before
I remember.
PageMaker.
Well, PageMaker was
Yeah.
was dope
Adobe
too.
has Adobe has a list of dead products a mile long. Let me tell you that much.
1998. Wow.
Yeah.
WYSIWYG HTML editor. Who knows what WYSIWYG? I know, we know, but who in the comments remembers what WYSIWYG?
Yeah, yeah. That was
That
often a print type standard because 1 pixel equals 1 square
wow.
on the laser printer. Yeah.
1994. Good stuff, man. Look
What you
at you.
see is what you get. There is we should find the 90s extension. You can put an extension over any website and it re-renders the HTML to make it look like the 90s website. It's got like blinking buttons and looks best on Internet Explorer, all those. It is harsh, it is garish, and it is glorious. I should find it.
Yeah, my coding days were not that good before I found WordPress. My OG HTML was not that
They
good, so
also have
I would be
one
scared to find that.
They also have one where every click you do on the web page, and you can enable this on any web page, it's just rainbows and unicorns, and you can't turn it off unless you know the key combination. So you could like go up to your coworker when they're not working and when they're not looking and enable unicorns and rainbows, and everything they touch on that web page on that tab is just going to be rainbows and unicorns. It's awful.
I'm gonna do that when
That's
I go to
cruel.
the Apple store on the 19th to pick up my stuff. I'm just gonna go to one random like Mac Studio and turn that on and just watch like a fly on the wall.
HTML5 is a glorious and evil standard. That's all I can say.
My goodness, my goodness. Look, I'm looking at comments, see if we got anything else. People are making fun at you, Matt, but in a good way. In a good way. Then let's see, I do the same. Of course, I do. Matt's glasses are focusing on that software, so you are going to have that links.matthaas.com up in a couple of
Oh,
hours,
yeah.
hopefully.
I have a little shopping list. Greg's got, me adding stuff to cart left and right over here. Damn you,
Awesome.
Greg. Just kidding. I love you, brother.
Keep the economy going. Keep the economy going. Well, listen, we want to
Right.
be we want to be cognizant of folks' time, and we wanted to just bring this value to you. We wanted to talk a little bit about monetizing that link in bio. Uh,
Yeah.
Offer Lab is a platform that is out there that is trying to do some different things, really interesting. Right for certain people, may not be right for other folks, but do your research. The link is going to be in the bio so you can check it out. We brought up the pin sites and the link trees and the beacons.ai, just other platform and the genius links that folks could be leveraging as well. It just makes sense. So take that back as the moral of today's story. Have something where you're directing folks to your premium value added services, right? The live is the live, but man, you got to get in touch with Matt afterwards. Man, you got to get in touch with Greg afterwards. How do you find that location where you can get that premium service, either their community, get on their calendar, get their consultancy or whatever the case may be. And if you could monetize that link in your social media fields, platforms, that's going to help you as a business owner. That's going to help you as a creator as well. So we're always talking about it from a financial and from a business perspective. So we want everyone to level up. Greg, what you got, man? How you gonna close this out? Tell us what you got, and then after you, Matt's gonna try to bring this plane in.
I was just thinking about all the ways that you know, creators and podcasters could possibly
Mm,
collaborate with the guest on their shows. So I think there is some value in looking at what Offer Labs could be for you if you are a affiliate marketer or you're a content creator. I think there's something there for us that allows us to help each other profit off this internet and social networking that we're doing. So check it out. See if it's something that can help you. I'm pretty sure James is going to drop his link there. And if I could be of any assistance, let me know.
look at that, bringing value, ladies and gentlemen. Man, is bringing value. David said, "I just followed Matt's sound effects." Perfect segue, Miss. Oh my gosh, give it to him, Matt. Close us out.
Hey, I know I was harsh on Offer Labs, but I do have more research to do on my own. And at the end of the day, if you just simplify this down to the core, life and purchasing decisions on software platforms, it's all about incentives. If the incentives are there, people buy, and Matt Haas also buys if the incentives are there. I like to see where the money's going, and I like to see how all that happens because that can usually give a clear picture of, a lot of things, but I'm just a person that does due diligence and I think more is needed. And if it has the incentives to do that upsell and I could be catching more affiliate revenue than I can just onesie twosie, and uh, Matt Haas will join on. More research needed. Don't take my commentary as Matt being the old curmudgeon because I will buy if the incentives are there. That's what I have to say. Thanks for having me on, James. You're the man. I love being on with you, Greg.
Love it, man. That's good stuff. Amariah came in from Facebook. So again, there we go. Facebook. We got to stay on Facebook because again, saying what's going on. This is what we do, y'all. Every
Give us a
Thursday,
Facebook like.
is that what that is? Okay, mine
Okay.
is out of reach, but they're there.
Okay.
I just they're a little bit further out of my reach. Now you got to get the Matt Haas ones, Greg. You can't be
Yeah, I got to get the mess off.
you can't be using those generic ones, those Timu ones, brother. You got to get the real deal. Wow. No, you need the
Love
dope. You need okay, let's stay locked in here. Every Thursday afternoon, me and my co-host come and we talk about bringing value to creators, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. Feel free to join us. Feel free if you're interested in actually being on the panel. This is what we do. We just like to have conversations and ask the hard questions, go through a debate, go through a dialogue, and you make the decision at the end. We're not pushing anything hard on you. We're just letting you make that decision. So join us next time and take care of yourself. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we out.